welcome back to another video, or if you are new here, hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Dominique and I am almost 15 weeks pregnant, which is so crazy. I feel like this pregnancy is going by fast and it's gonna be over like next year, or it is gonna be over next year. So it's so crazy to say. Today's video is going to be a first trimester recap, kind of. I'm just going to be talking about everything that's happened during my first trimester and everything I've been using, all the products I've been using, everything that I've bought in, cravings that I've had, and I think that's it. So let's just get right into the video. This was a planned pregnancy, and I feel like a lot of people don't know that, but if you have been on my channel, then you guys know this is a planned pregnancy. I was trying to get pregnant for about, I want to say like 3 months, 3 cycles. I was on birth control, the pill, and I ended it, I want to say the beginning of 2019, so somewhere around January 2019. But Adrian and I didn't start trying to actually like have a baby. Like we didn't do anything to prevent it, but we also didn't try, if that makes sense. There were some things that we wanted to accomplish before actually trying to get pregnant. So we accomplished those things, obviously. And now here we are. I got pregnant in June 16th. I found out I was pregnant on Father's Day, which was so crazy. I think that was my 3rd cycle I was trying. And a lot of people asked me like, oh, like what did I use to help me get pregnant so fast? I wouldn't really say that so fast because I was on birth control, and that can take a lot of time to get out of your system. So it was around, I would say, 5 to 6 months that I got out of my system and I had like a regular cycle. So the only thing that I did was I started taking prenatals before I was pregnant. So I was taking prenatals while we were trying to get pregnant, and I just used the Nature's Bounty Essential Prenatal Gummies because I do not like pills and I just like gummies better. I also ordered these easy at home ovulation test kit. I just thought this was the easiest way to find out when I ovulated during my period cycle. So I got this off Amazon. I'll link it down below for you guys. But this just comes with 50 LH tests and 20 HCG tests. So the LH tests are the ovulation test, and it comes with a bunch of them, like I said. This actually helped a lot because obviously I knew when I was ovulating, so we knew when to do it. So I have like maybe half of them left. The first cycle I used these, it didn't really help me obviously because I didn't get pregnant, but it was because it said I ovulated twice for some reason, so I wasn't too sure about that. And then I started the second time, and then that's when it like happened, and I got a positive pregnancy test. So on June 16th, I took a pregnancy test on one of those, and I got a very faint line. I'll link that video down below, but you can totally see that it was there. And so I took a digital clear blue test because I just couldn't, like, it didn't seem real if I didn't see the word pregnant. And so I had these already on hand because I already knew I was going to take these once I found out I was pregnant. And so it popped up pregnant, and I told my husband that same day because it was Father's Day, and why wouldn't I tell him on the same day? So the way I told him was, well, I'll just link that video down below so you can go watch that for yourself. But the onesies that I got for him are so cute. So this is obviously how I told him, but like I said, the video is down below. And so I got these handmade from, not handmade, but a military wife who lived near me. Found her on Facebook, and she was like, I can have it done for you too, like the next day. And they are super cheap. I think she only charged me like $10 each. So I got one that says Baby Navarro, and then the second one says Hello Daddy. Super cute, and they're so tiny. Are they newborn size? Yeah, they are newborn size. I did already have these before I found out I was pregnant because, like I said, this was a planned pregnancy. We were trying to get pregnant, and so I wanted to be ready when I did get a positive test to tell my husband, so I used those to tell him. We were also in the middle of PCSing, so in the middle of moving to another base with the military. So we were in Hawaii when I found out I was pregnant. It was literally our last day in Hawaii, and I think it was a Sunday, and literally nothing was open except the emergency room, but I didn't want to go to the emergency room just to confirm a pregnancy. I just didn't want to sit there for hours, and especially because we had a flight that night, so I didn't want to miss that. And then after we left Hawaii, we didn't go straight to our base. We went straight home in California, so we were going to be home for a month, and I'm like, I can't wait a month to have this pregnancy confirmed, not see my baby, like have an ultrasound done. So I found this clinic, and they confirmed my pregnancy with a urine test, and they were able to tell like how far along I was through that, I believe. So I was like in between 3 and 4 weeks, so it was still early, and they couldn't do an ultrasound because it was still early. There wasn't going to be anything to show. So I told her like my situation, like we are moving to Germany. I probably won't be seen until I get here for like another few weeks. So I told her that, and then she was like, okay, like we'll schedule an ultrasound once I'm 7 weeks. So I think when I had the ultrasound done, I was 7 weeks 4 days pregnant. And when they did the ultrasound, she did an abdominal one first, but she couldn't really see anything. There was nothing to see. And so she did the transvaginal ultrasound, and that's when we saw a baby. And it was just a little pea, and we saw the heart flickering and everything. So it was just like so relieving to see it finally. And yeah, so then we got to Germany, and that's when I feel like everything went downhill. So we were home in California, and I was perfectly fine the first couple of weeks. I wasn't really nauseous or anything, and then the last week, I believe, that I was in California was when I started to feel kind of something. I kind of started feeling nauseous, was getting car sick, and then I started throwing up. I didn't really expect it to be that early to like start throwing up, but I did. Then we moved to Germany, and I feel like this is where it kind of started getting rough for me. We were in a hotel room for about a few weeks, I think, and those first few weeks were rough. I just felt sick when I woke up to when I went to sleep. I couldn't keep anything down. I was literally throwing up all day long, and I literally felt like death. So I didn't know what to do. I didn't think it was normal to throw up all day long. So my husband took me to the emergency room, and they told me I had a UTI, and that could be causing why I'm throwing up so much those last couple days. So they said I had a UTI, and then they prescribed me a prescription for nausea. But they also gave me antibiotics for the UTI. So I took the antibiotics for the UTI, and then I didn't take the prescription for the nausea just because a lot of people didn't recommend that. So I think I took like maybe 1 or 2 just for like one day, and then I stopped taking it because I didn't like what I was reading about it. So I stopped taking those, and then I had my first like OB appointment. The doctor on call at the emergency room actually gave me a referral to the OB, so I got in so much sooner than I would have with rather than seeing my regular doctor first and then getting an OB after that. So I saw my OB, I want to say like maybe a week after I went to the emergency room, and I told her like everything that's been happening. We did everything that you would do at a first OB appointment. Then we did another ultrasound. So I know I already have a video of my first ultrasound, so you guys can go check that out down below too. But here are the pictures I got from there. Little pea. And then the second ultrasound that I got at my first OB appointment, this was a baby, so much bigger. And I also wanted to mention that we did get to see the baby on an ultrasound at the emergency room. He wasn't too sure if I was going to get one, so he ended up just doing it by himself, even though he didn't know what he was doing, he said. But he did it, and we got to see the baby and hear the heartbeat, but then he didn't know how to print the pictures out. So I was kind of bummed about that, but I was glad to see the baby and hear the heartbeat. So, and I think that was the first time we heard the heartbeat, because at the first ultrasound at the clinic, we only saw it flicker. So that wasn't exciting. I mean, that was a plus to going into the emergency room. And then here are some more pictures from my first OB appointment. Kind of just talked about everything that would be happening throughout this pregnancy, and then from the time from this appointment to my next appointment. And then they prescribed me some other prenatals, but they were pill form and I didn't like them, so I didn't take those. And then I did have another prenatal that I was taking. After I found out I was pregnant, I started taking a different brand, which was the VitaFusion, and they were still gummies, but they were covered in like, it wasn't sugar, but it was like, I don't know if it was sugar, it looked like sugar. And I started taking those for a few weeks, and then I stopped taking them because I felt like those were making me more sick. So I stopped taking those and I went back to these. I actually didn't take prenatals for a couple of weeks, and then I started back up on these. And then after that appointment, I didn't have another appointment until like a few weeks later, and I got another ultrasound done. So that's pretty much it with like my OB appointments. I believe I do have one in a couple of weeks, so I'm so excited for that. I'll be almost 17 weeks. And then I also wanted to say that they did prescribe me some other prescription for my nausea, which was the vitamin B6 and Unisom. And so you're able to take the vitamin B6 like a few times a day, and so that's what I did. And then you can take the Unisom at night, and so you can get the Unisom at any like drugstore, but they prescribed me this and took this at night with the B6, and I felt good, to be honest. Like, once I started taking these, I could totally see the difference between like the days I did take them and then the days I didn't take them. I haven't been taking these just because I've been kind of fine and feel like I don't need to be taking that. And then another thing that helped me, they didn't prescribe me this. You can just get this at the drugstore or whatever store you go to. But they were just some Tums. It says fast relief for heartburn and gas. So I did get constipated. I believe I was like in between 10 weeks and 13 weeks. I'm not really sure. Can't remember. But definitely get constipated while you're pregnant, and I hear that it continues throughout the pregnancy. And then I am feeling heartburn. I still have it, but it's not as bad as it was in the beginning. So I don't take those all the time, just occasionally when I feel like the need to. A lot of people actually recommended Preggy Pops, I believe is what they're called, for like nausea. And well, I couldn't get my hands on those because I was here in Germany. Can't just go to like a Target to go get them. They didn't have them on base at the store, and I didn't want to order them because I wanted something like now to help me. So actually someone recommended Jolly Ranchers, just a hard candy, and these helped a lot with nausea, just to like kind of get your mind off of it too. And this helped a lot. So I think that's pretty much it for like nausea and prenatals and vitamins and all the prescriptions they prescribed me. Moving on to products I've been using. So I'm only using one product right now for stretch marks because I am getting them. I already had some on the side of my stomach. I got them like years ago, and so they're already like white and faded, but I am getting like more on top of those, and you can tell they're fresh because they're red still. And yeah, so I'm getting them right there on my sides, and then I'm getting them on like on my lower belly, like literally so low. If you guys follow me on Instagram, or if I've been talking to you, then you guys know that I feel like I don't have a belly yet. I know it's growing because it's like, it gets hard and like my belly just kind of like sits there. I wasn't the skinniest person before pregnancy, so I did already have a little tiny belly before, but now it's like kind of like just sits there and like I can't stick it in and hold it in. You can tell like it's getting hard. And so I will do a pregnancy belly bump date at the end, so stay tuned for that, even though there's nothing there. But for my stretch marks, I have been using this Palmer's Cocoa Butter formula, and a lot of people actually recommended this. It's the massage lotion for stretch marks, and so I've been using this even though I already have stretch marks. But stretch marks are genetic, so make sure you are using some type of lotion or formula or oil or whatever you use. Use something for that. And then, oh, I forgot. Another thing is Gatorade. Gatorade is like the #1 drink I drink right now because, I don't know, it tastes good and then it helps with my nausea too. So that was the final thing for my nausea. Moving on to cravings. So I haven't really craved anything pretty much except cereal, which is so weird because, I don't know, I feel like in high school I ate a lot of cereal just like because it was quick and easy in the morning. But then once I moved in with Adrian, I stopped eating cereal and then would actually make breakfast. But the first time I craved something was when I was in California, and I'm like, I want some Cocoa Pebbles, and usually my mom has some for my brothers in the pantry, but there wasn't any, and so I was super bummed about that. So I made Adrian go to the store because it's down the street, and I made him go get me some Cocoa Pebbles. And so ever since that, I have been eating Cocoa Pebbles, and obviously it's not healthy, but what the baby wants, the baby gets. The newest craving is Lucky Charms. Literally just like yesterday or the day before, someone posted it and I'm like, I need those. So obviously I didn't have them, so Adrian went to the store for me because he's a good husband. And he got me some Lucky Charms, and the box is already almost done because I've already had a few bowls. That's pretty much it for cravings, so you can tell they are a little bit sweet. And then moving on to products that I bought. So as you guys saw, those baby onesies that I bought, the Hello Daddy and the Baby Navarro onesies. And then I did go shopping in California. Obviously I don't know the gender yet, but I did want to like buy something to like hold me over not buying anything. So I went to, these are from Marshall's in California, and these are 2 packs of just baby onesies, and they're gender neutral, so they will go with a girl or a boy. And these are just some Ray Dunn baby onesies, and they're so cute. I got a pack of 2 packs, and they had 3 in each, and they were like $10 each, so not bad. So this one says Rise and Shine, and I think I got 2 different sizes. So one size is 6 to 9 months, and then the second size is 3 to 6. So the second one says I've arrived, and then this third one, Milk Monster. Fourth one, Naps and Snacks. Fifth one, Hello World. Thought this was so cute, and maybe a coming home outfit. I just thought it'd be super cute, especially if it's a girl. I can put like a big bow on her head, so that'd be cute. And then the last one says Hold Me. And so all of these are super cute. And then a family member actually made these onesies. So this one says, My dad is so fly. So Adrian is in the Air Force, so she made that one. I think she has like a cricket or something similar to a cricket, and I think she had just got it, so she was like making all kinds of stuff. So she made me some baby onesies, so she made me that one, and then this one, and it says They See Me Strolling, They Hatin'. So I thought this was so cute and funny. And then on the back of it, on the butt, it says #Baby Navarro. So that is so cute. And the last one she made says February 2020. And then also, I believe my mom bought these for me at TJ Maxx, but these are just the Jimmy Fallon books, and I saw these years ago, so they've been out for a while. And it just says your baby's first word will be dada, and then this one is everything is mama. So these are super cute for baby, just to have a little book collection. So those 2 are cute. I'm out of breath. This is another thing for me. You have to keep hydrated during your pregnancy. or else you'll get dehydrated and you'll get a UTI like me. So I fill one of these up every day and then keep on refilling them just so I get my water intake, because I know it's not a lot of water that I normally drink, so I try to put it in a cute cup like this, and so it makes me want to drink it. So that's pretty much it for this first trimester recap. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it's kind of like all over the place, but I did want to cover everything that's happened in my first trimester and some other things that helped me, things I've been using, cravings, things I bought. So I think I covered most of it and everything that I wanted to. I did want to answer a few questions. I did put on my Instagram stories. If you guys have any questions for me, because I'm going to be filming this video, ask them. Is any food cravings, any weird ones? How have you been feeling overall? So I did answer the cravings. No weird cravings. I know there's some pretty crazy cravings that people have, but I'm only almost halfway through this pregnancy, so who knows. I also will be doing like a second trimester and then a third trimester recap, so stay tuned for those. And then overall feeling, I've been feeling now good. The first few weeks that I was here in Germany, so like 8 weeks to maybe 12 weeks, those were like kind of rough for me, and then it started to like lighten up, I feel like. And then now that I'm in my first trimester, so first trimester starts 14 weeks and I'm almost 15 weeks, so I feel like this last week has been going okay. I did throw up a few days ago, but that was my fault because usually I eat once I wake up or within like a few hours of when I wake up, but Adrian and I didn't wake up till late that day, and so I didn't eat because, I don't know, I wasn't hungry. And then when I did drink something, I threw it up. So that was my fault, but I've been feeling good overall. I did go through like a stage of loneliness, but I got over that real quick because it was probably just my hormones. And I did post a video about it, so I'll link that down below too, so you guys can go watch that. But after that, I've been feeling good. Like, I just kind of keep busy. I think having our stuff delivered for our home kind of got my mind off things. So like now I'm in the middle of decorating my house, which is exciting, so I feel good now. And so yeah. What were your first symptoms? So I did talk about that earlier in the video. Nausea is just normal, pretty much normal, and then throwing up. What was the easiest thing and hardest thing about your first trimester? So the easiest thing, I don't know what the easiest thing was, but definitely the hardest was moving here and then like not having anybody around besides my husband. That kind of hit me hard, like I said in the last question, but I'm fine now. So how did you deal with fear that something could go wrong? I'm 6 weeks and always nervous. I feel like that fear kind of never goes away, but then you don't, like, you can't think negative all the time, just think positive. So what I do is, I wanted to talk about this, see, like I knew I was forgetting something, but I couldn't remember, is pregnancy apps. Pregnancy apps help so much, I feel like. So going through the apps and just like seeing like what the baby is looking like that day, or what it's doing in that day or that week or whatever, I feel like that helps a lot. Pregnancy apps that I use are What to Expect, and that one just looks like this, and it says what to expect, and then it says like how many weeks you are. So I feel like looking at that kind of makes it easier. And then another one that I love is The Bump. So it looks like this. And like I said, it has the week for uses, so how big is baby, and so all the apps are different, so that's why I like to have a few, because so this one says your baby is as big as a peach. So the baby's probably thumb sucking and wiggling his or her toes in there. So it has like a whole bunch of stuff you can read about baby, and kind of just like what to expect and what your baby's doing in there. That helps me keep my mind off the negative thoughts. Another tip that I have is don't Google something. Like, that's what I did in the beginning. Like, oh, like my stomach is hurting on this side, what do? Don't Google things, because you're just going to stress yourself out. So that's one tip that I have, is do not Google things. Another app that I have is Pregnancy Plus, and so it looks like this. This one has like what your baby can look like inside of you. So this is what it looks like at 14 weeks and 5 days. And like I said, it has a bunch of articles you can read. And then this one I like because you can look at the size of your baby, but you can look if it's like the size by fruit, size by animal. So my baby is the size of a hamster right now. And then size by sweets. So I like that one, because you have 3 options on what you want to do. And if you guys saw my last Instagram post, then you guys know I'm doing these. I think I'm going to do them bi-weekly pregnancy updates. So I bought this, I'll just pop a picture of right here, like burlap paper or like, what is it, craft paper. So it says like how many weeks I am and what the size of the baby is. So I like looking at like the size of the baby that week. So I'm gonna be doing those bi-weekly. So I'm so excited for that, especially when I start to have a belly. But that's pretty much it for my apps for baby and to see. So that's how I try to keep my mind off of the negative side. So just try to think positive thoughts. Another question is, am I going to be having a baby shower? So we actually just came to a conclusion that I will be going home for our baby shower. Adrian and I will be going home for our baby shower. Nothing's planned yet or anything. We were just talking to my mom about it, and I found a really good deal on this website, and so I think we're going to buy those tickets just because it'll be exciting to be home for Christmas and a baby shower. And I'll be like almost 30 weeks, I believe. I will be in my 3rd trimester, but I will be okay to fly. I am going to double check with my doctor in a few weeks, but everything is looking good so far. And so if everything stays the same way, then I should be good to go and I shouldn't have any complications to that. So yeah, I will be having a baby shower. And the last question I'm going to answer, because this video is already long enough, is the gender. So I did already mention this in a last video or a video before. We are finding out the gender, but Adrian wants to be surprised. I wouldn't mind finding out during the ultrasound session, but Adrian wants to be surprised because he has always seen like gender reveals on Facebook, on Facebook, and he's always wanted to do a reveal, and I think it'll be exciting for our first baby. But the only thing that worried me was not knowing anyone here, and so I do have a family friend coming out. She's getting stationed here, so I think we're gonna just do something small, and just so we can have a video and some pictures taken. Finding out the gender is all we want, so nothing too big, but we'll be finding out gender, I think, by the end of the month. That pretty much sums up this video. I think it's a lot of talking, but that is my first trimester, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And if you guys did, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. Make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel for more videos like this, and I'll be back with more. Bye guys.